Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? It's Yoga Class 93 with me, Dave Rennie. Thank you so much. I'm teaching here at the Space to Breathe Collective, which is a not-for-profit yoga cooperative right in the centre of Leicester. And this is one of our therapy rooms and a massage room. And we do one-to-one yoga in here. And it's got a nice vibe. And I just painted the wall over there, which you can't see, but it's a beautiful blue. And that's what I've been doing this morning. But now it's time for yoga. So whatever you've been doing, however busy you've been, or maybe you haven't been busy, maybe you've had a nice relaxing day, then welcome onto your mat. It's always a victory. You know, every time you make it this far to get to this position, or you might be sat in a chair, you might be lying on the floor right now, doesn't matter. When you get this far, it means you've committed to your yoga practice, and that's a really beautiful thing. And all the rest of it doesn't matter. What it looks like, what it feels like, yeah, sure, that matters, but it's going to be different from day to day, and everybody will experience different things. You know, if you think about the way the body looks, everybody's body is different. We're all different ages, we're all different sizes. We've all lived in our bodies in very different ways, so we're going to move differently. So it doesn't matter really what it looks like. It's not important, and that's the kind of the true essence of yoga. There's an organization called the Prison Yoga Project. And there's a guy called James Fox who heads it up. And he talks about the physical aspects of yoga as being the cherry on the cake. He says that's a byproduct of yoga. You know, that's the bit that you get if you practice, but that's not why we're practicing. So why are we practicing? Yeah, sure. Some people will come and they'll practice and they'll just say, I want to get flexible. You know, I want to get a little bit stronger. I want to move my body. I want to move my breath. And they're all really valid things. And, you know, that's what brought me to my yoga mat, first of all. But very quickly, I realized something much deeper was going on. And I was connecting this and I was connecting this, my heart and my head and all the rest of my body. And you're going really deep. So beyond the gross body, you know, these arms and legs and the muscles and the fibers of the body, I was going a lot deeper and I was connected with myself at a really, I was going to say a true level. Yeah, I guess it was a true level, you know, but we have to spend time to practice, and that's why it's called a yoga practice. And, you know, all of that beautiful stuff is coming. When you practice, everything comes your way, and that's really beautiful. And it might be just, I want to stretch, Dave, shut up, you know, or it might be, you know, I am looking for some inner peace, or you know, I am looking to kind of like switch off a little bit, and all this stuff is a practice. And you might come into your practice today and your mind still might be quite active, or it might be really active. But remember that Yoga Sutra, first Yoga Sutra, it said, and now yoga, and now yoga. These texts that are written thousands of years ago, and now yoga. The second is yoga is the calming of the fluctuations of the mind, or the whirlpooling. In Sanskrit, it's called chitta vritti, the whirlpooling of the mind. Whirlpooling, you know, I think we can all identify with that when the mind is busy and crazy and we feel overwhelmed, especially right now. So yoga is the calming of the fluctuations of the mind. But hey, we get to move the body, we get stronger, we get more flexible, and all magic things happen. So that's probably way enough talking from me today. I'm going to turn the comments on. Feel free to give this a go and to like say hi. Hi to Irene. Irene's always here. Jean's back, and Jean's going to give it a go again. Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah. And Margaret is here. Hi, Dave. From snowy Northumberland. Love Northumberland. Said that a couple of weeks ago. I was in Wark. That's how the locals said it anyway. WARK, right near Hexham. My wife does some projects with a really amazing group of people that spend time out in the woods doing nature therapy. And we were up there with those guys just for a little bit of time up there. But I do love Northumberland. I love this country. Is amazing. And it's a super, super pleasure to teach all of you guys up and down the country. So welcome wherever you've come. Find a comfortable seat. You will see I'm sat directly on the floor. What I'm probably going to do is going to go back onto my mat and I'm going to sit on a bolster just to raise my hips up. But if you want to sit in a chair, then feel free to do that. I'm just going to go back and then feel free just to move the body around just a little bit. Actually, I want to do this. I want to just move my camera down just very slightly. So yeah, maybe do this. Lean back into the arms. And then bring your feet about hip width apart, and then just drop your knees from side to side. Just this little movement. You know, find a version that works for you. And you might want to begin to move with the breath. So inhale to center, and then exhale to the other side. Inhale to center, and then exhale to the other side. Nice. A little bit of movement through the hips. A little bit of practice of moving with the breath. So the breath is probably the most important thing, you know, but I'll cue a lot on the breath. So don't worry about it too much. Come back to center, and then if you want to sit on something, I've got this really quite nice bolster here. This is nice and soft. If you've got some cushions or if you've got some pillows, feel free to grab those. I'm just going to put a little bit of heat on in here. It's getting quite cold, so just bear with me. If you've got a blanket, then maybe grab a blanket. That can feel nice. Beautiful. And then draw some length into your spine. So just draw a little bit of length into your spine, and then just let your hands rest wherever they rest quite naturally. The palms can be up, the palms can be down, that's up, isn't it? You can have your hands in your lap, you can have your hands at your heart center. This is a nice way to sit. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the left hand, and you can just breathe here. So maybe close your eyes. And we've lengthened your spine and your shoulders super relaxed, and your hands, wherever they ended up, just tune in with your breath. And if you can, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through your nose. And if that's not available to you today, or you find that a struggle, then feel free to breathe in and out through the mouth. But the nose is the most nourishing. Beautiful. Nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to sit here for one more complete minute. I'm going to be quiet and then just take in the experience. Remember, there's no right and wrong way to do this. And then just take 3 more complete rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, just open your eyes really gently. And if your gaze was down towards your feet, then just bring your gaze up. Really nice, everyone. Beautiful stuff. We're going to sit here for a little bit longer. So quite a contemplative practice today, kind of going in. And we think about, we start to stop. So we're just stopping and just relaxing everything down. So it's really important to be comfortable here. So if you want to bring your legs out, give them a little shake. If you want to kind of do that motion we were doing earlier, maybe roll the ankles a little bit. And then we'll come back to a seated position. I'm going to sit directly on the floor now. So I do like to kind of move around and kind of experiment, so feel free. So you can do all of this stuff here. If you want to sit in a chair, feel free, you can do that. As long as you've got length in your spine, the postures are going to be exactly the same. So we're going to move through the neck. So what I'd like you to do, if you can, close the eyes or just soften the gaze, and then just begin to do some circles with your head. So inhale as the head comes up. Exhale as the chin comes all the way down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And just get into a nice steady rhythm. If you feel any areas of tension, and pause and breathe into them. What are you holding on to here? What can you release? What can you let go? Kind of invite that softness into your body. When you're ready, come back to center and then just swap it out the other way. Sometimes when the body's cold, it's probably the coldest day we've had since last winter. So just notice how the body feels today. What can you kind of conjure up? What can you notice? So we're never pushing, especially when we're practicing and it's a little bit slower like today. We're thinking about yielding and just letting go and just letting things be. You know, how much of our lives are we kind of striving for something and sometimes energetically just pushing a little bit too much? Let all that go. Let it all melt away. Be super curious. It's like you go on this little adventure. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're just being and we're just noticing how things are. Inhale, come all the way back. Full exhale, let it go. And then uncross your legs and then bring your shin in front, just so you don't get that imbalance in the hips. Just have a little wriggle around. Find length in your spine again. We're going to carry on in the neck. So we're going to inhale the head to the left. You're going to hopefully exhale your head all the way to the right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhaling left. And exhaling right. Couple more times either side. Nice simple movements here. Beautiful. And then your head comes all the way back to center. Really nice. Great work. We're going to come back to this seated position in a moment, but I'd like us to move just a little bit, just so we don't feel like we're too static. So come onto all fours. And if you're on a chair, then maybe just come down. Spread out through your fingers. Remember, be nice and gentle with your wrists. If this feels too much in your wrist, you can always be here with the arms straight and you make fists, or you can bring the hands down. Maybe just kind of like back out a little bit. Even a tiny bit can make a big difference. Arms are nice and long. Inhale, drop your belly down, lift your head and your heart, and then exhale, round your spine. Inhale forward, exhale round. Cat and cow. Inhale, belly drops, head and the heart lifts. Exhale, pushing strongly into the hands and the spine rounds. Couple more complete rounds. And then a nice inhale, come all the way back to center. Full exhale with a neutral spine. And then we're just going to stretch into the calves and the bottom of the feet. So step your right foot back, nice giant step, press into your toes. And then maybe just kind of inch the body from side to side. Remember, these are all suggestions here. You don't have to do everything that I'm doing. This is a nice stretch into the whole length of the leg. You can kind of rock backwards and forwards a little bit. Beautiful. And then come to the other side. Notice how that feels. Maybe different from side to side, we're never quite balanced, so we're just noticing how we're doing, just from moment to moment. Beautiful. And then come all the way back to center. Split your knees nice and wide, and then bring your big toes together, and then just push the sit bones back. So keep your arms forward, and then spread out through your hands, and then just bring your forehead down onto the floor. And breathe it out here. Just 2 breaths. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Keeping your hands stretched out in front. Just pull yourself back. Tabletop position. And then see if you can do this. Just step 1 foot back. So maybe the right. I always like to start with the right, then I don't get kind of mixed up. Then lift the leg, and then just do some nice big circles with your hip. Like circular. Doesn't matter which way you're going. Swap it out, come back the other way. Nice. And then maybe bend your knee, lift your leg. Bring your knee down, bend your knee, lift your leg. Nice. And then come to the other side when you've had enough there. Press into the toes again. Lift up through your leg. Big circles. Maybe just side to side. Doesn't matter. Notice how the body feels when you bend the knee, lift the leg. Nice work, everyone. Beautiful. And then come all the way back to center. Nice. And then what we're going to do from here is we're just going to walk the hands forward. Keep the knees and the hips stacked high. So they'll stay high. Just mount your heart down towards the floor. So maybe you come on your forehead. Maybe you come onto your chin. So you're here or here on the forehead. Maybe the forehead is the kind of the midway option where you can just breathe into the upper shoulders, right in between the shoulders. If this feels too much with the arms lifted, then just lower your forearms down onto the floor, whatever feels good. And then just send the breath all the way down the length of the spine. Deep inhale. Full release and exhale. 2 more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Deepest inhale so far. And see if you can exhale through your mouth. Just sigh out. Beautiful. Really slowly press into the hands. Come all the way back. Nice. And then we're going to come back to a seated position. So just roll over onto one hip and then come back to seated. Feel free to sit on something again if that feels good for you. Draw some length into your spine. And then we're just going to press our fingertips down into your mat. So really feel that engagement. What does that do to the arms when you engage the fingertips? Roll your shoulders back. And then just moving with the breath. We're going to inhale, sweeping your arms up. Fingers touch. Exhale, bringing your arms all the way back down to nice and gentle. Inhaling up. And exhaling all the way back down. Nice. Inhale up. Matching the movement with breath. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Final time. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. Nice. Give the shoulders a little shrug. Any way that feels good. And then we'll come into a twist. So same movement. Fingertips into the floor. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. As you exhale, a little quarter turn to the right hand side. Bring your left hand onto your right knee. Right hand comes behind. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, twist to the right hand side. So you twist into the right. Right fingertips press into the floor, or maybe your palm. Inhale, find length. Exhale into your twist. Remember, you don't have to move too far here. Be gentle. Nice deep inhale. Full release and exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. 1 more like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. The way you came in, come out. So quarter turn, come back to center. And then just swap it out. So right hand onto the left knee, left hand behind. So it's length first. So you really find length in your spine. See how tall I'm sitting. And then exhale into your twist. Never quite static here. So inhale, finding length. Exhale into your twist. Inhale, find length. And exhale, twist. 1 more like that. Deep inhale. Full release and exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Lots of stuff seated today, so hopefully this is working for you. Move around. If you feel like you need to lengthen the legs out, feel free to do that. Maybe roll the ankles a few times. That can feel good. Maybe flex the toes. I'll leave it up to you. Nice. Then we're going to come and lie on our backs. We're going to come back to seated, but I don't want us to be there for too long at any one time. So I'm going to use a bolster. Now, I realise that not all of you will have bolsters, but you might have a blanket, you might have a pillow or a cushion. If you've got that on your settee or something like that, go and grab it and place it about 3/4 of the length down your mat, so kind of towards the bottom of your mat. Now, you do not have to use a bolster here. You can just bring your soles of the feet together. You're going to lie down on your back. You're just going to let the knees fall open. So that's one option. If you have a bolster, then place it here, right underneath your feet, and then you open your knees like a book, soles of the feet touch, and it might take you a little bit of time to get into this. Just lie down onto your mat, and then feel free to kind of adjust the feet or adjust whatever you place the feet on. Maybe they're just straight down on the floor. I'll give you options. You can have the palms so they're face up. You can have arms here above the head. You can have your hands on the heart and the belly. This is what I like to do. And then just breathe. This is more kind of restorative. So if you have a blanket, maybe you want to place a blanket over yourself as well. Make sure you're nice and warm today, or as warm as you can be in this moment. So this is called reclined cobbler, or butterfly pose. And we're just letting the body open nice and gently. We're going to be here for a few minutes, so totally let go. Let go of any expectation of how this feels or how it should feel. And if your hands on your belly and on your heart, and really breathe into your hands. Feel the belly expand, feel the belly contract. And at any point this feels too much, then you can bring your hands onto your outer thighs and then just bring your knees together. Otherwise, we'll stay for a few more moments. And then just taking 3 more complete rounds of breath. At the end of that next exhale, you might feel a little tender, a little tight here. So really gently bring the hands onto the outer thighs, and then with the hands just encourage the knees back towards the belly, and then just rock out side to side. Maybe flex the toes and give the ankles a little roll. Maybe moving from side to side. You can make the movements a little bit bigger. You can circle the knees out. You can open the knees nice and wide. Whatever works for you. Just encourage that movement into the body. Beautiful. Nice. And then if you were using something, remove it, place it off to one side, and then we're going to carry on lying down on our backs, and we're going to have the legs nice and long. So lengthen the legs down your mat, and then zip the legs up. Make sure you've got plenty of room here. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands behind the head. And then see if you can just follow my cue here. With the left hand, hold on to the right wrist. So the left hand holds the right wrist. Take a nice deep inhale just to find some length through the arms and legs. And as you do that, lift up through the right ankle and cross it over the left. So you got that kind of cross of the legs, and you're holding on to the right wrist with the left hand. Take an inhale to find length again. And then we're going to do this nice half moon twist. So bring the feet to the bottom left. Bring the arms to the top left, and then let the head just fall and hang down towards the left arm. And you created this half moon shape, so the feet and the arms are on the left-hand side of your mat, and then you should feel a nice deep stretch all the way down the right-hand side of your body. Breathe deeply here, nice deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. Fullest exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. 2 more like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Final one. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. And then really gently just unravel the hands first of all. So unclasp the hands. Keep the feet crossed. And then we'll move the feet in a moment. Hold on to the left wrist with the right hand. And then you've already got the clasp of the hands sorted. Uncross the legs. Place your right foot right into the right hand corner of your mat. So now your feet are really wide. Your legs are wide. And see if you can follow it across with the left foot. And then the left foot crosses over your ankle. Nice. Rotate the torso so the feet and the arms are right in the corners of your mat. So feet bottom right, arms top right, and then stretch down the opposite side. So you've got a nice banana shape or a half moon shape. And then just breathe again. Just enjoy this relatively still series of poses. And like I was saying at the start of the practice, just bring that air of curiosity into your practice. Notice how it feels. Or simply this, just notice what you're noticing. Take one more complete round of breath. And then a full exhale, come all the way back to center. Unclasp the hands first, uncross the legs. Take an opportunity to hug first your right knee and then your left knee in towards your belly. And then if you feel like you want to, you can always bring your forehead up towards your knees and squeeze into a little ball. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet nice and wide, line them up with the long edges of your mat. Bring your arms out if you've got room here, hopefully you do. And then think about your spine. Think about your lumbar spine. So your lower part of your spine will probably have a natural curve in it. See if you can press that lower part of your spine down into your mat. Maybe you feel the pelvis just rock forward a little bit. With that engagement, drop your knees over to the right. So feet are wide and the knees just fall over to the right-hand side. This feels okay. You can always look down the left arm or turn your gaze to the left. And then again, the attention is just on the breath and you're breathing super soft. You're thinking about that compassion for yourself. No judgment here. Connect deeply with your breath. Deep inhales. Full release and exhales. One more like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Nice. Inhale, come all the way back to center. And then exhale, just drop your knees all the way over to the left. And then maybe just turn your head to the right. Remember, it doesn't have to look a certain way. You just breathe in super deep. Maybe you feel like your breath has slowed really to that soft, long, nourishing rhythm. Take 2 more complete rounds of breath. Maybe send your breath deep down into that right hip. And then when you're ready, inhale, bring your knees all the way back to center. Then you're just going to bring your knees back in towards your belly. And then you're just going to rock out on the spine. Maybe do some really nice big circles here. Or as big as feels good. You kind of feel the massage in the lower spine. What does that feel like for you right now? Enjoy the sensations. Really nice. Beautiful. We'll do one more thing here. And we're going to come back to a seated position. So we'll do happy baby pose again, which is a nice deep hip stretch. So you can be here, the hands around the back of the thighs. You can go around the big toe to the peace fingers. So you're here. We can go around the sides of the feet. I always like to go here, but you find something that works for you. Then just rock out on the spine, side to side. Doesn't have to be, too much. Just be curious and see how this feels. And then just find a little bit of stillness. There's that dual action going on. If you've got your elbows inside your knees, press the knees into the elbows into the knees. And you try and widen the feet as much as you can without straining. Think about your lower spine. So don't do this thing. When your spine lifts up, see if you can roll your spine down. It doesn't matter how close the knees get to the floor. We're all different. We've all got different types of hips. Breathe deeply into them. Take one more complete round of breath. And then when you're ready, exhale, unclasp wherever you were, bring the knees back in, and then you're just going to roll over to one side, whatever feels more natural. Place your top arm down, spread out through the fingers, press yourself all the way up, come to sit. Really beautiful. Now I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera. So we're going to do a little bit of breath work, but first of all, we're just going to do a couple more moves. Nice, everyone. Here we go. All right, hands onto the knees, work into the shoulders. Inhale the shoulders up, exhale the shoulders down. In and out through the nose. So you inhale up, you kind of wear the shoulders like earrings. As you exhale, you really drop the shoulder blades down like you've lost all control of the arms. Kind of like throw the shoulder blades down the back. Five more times. Nice, beautiful. And then the hand will stay on the knees. And then what I'd like us to do together is do this little circle. It's called Sufi grind. So hardly any weight in the hands. You inhale the chest forward and you exhale, you round. Inhale forward and then exhale round. Nice. So you just rotate the torso around your hips. If your spine feels a little tender or the hips feel a bit tight, you might be here. Little circles. You're just kind of like coaxing the body open. You're just encouraging a little bit of movement here. So always trying to breathe space within the body. Inhale forward. Exhale round. Inhale forward. And then exhale, come back. Nice. Doesn't matter which way you're going. We're going to come back the other way in a moment. All this movement kind of comes from the navel center. That's kind of where all of our yoga begins. When we think about when we stand and we kind of move through more expansive postures. We're not doing that today. We'll probably do that next week. But there's so much variation in yoga. This is a practice that is done on the floor and done seated. Nice. Beautiful. Swap directions when you get a chance. Remember, it's a new movement, so you might feel something different. So just work into it, whatever feels good. And, if I move my hands off my knees, I've still got the movement going on. Beautiful, everyone. Really nice. Nice, powerful breath if you can summon it up. 3 more complete rotations. And then inhale, come all the way back to center. And then full exhale through your mouth. Do that one more time. Inhale through your nose. Full exhale through your mouth. You can stay like this. You can uncross your legs. You can bring your other leg in front. And we're going to do one more movement here, side to side, so lateral stretch. So we get into the sides of the body, which can feel tight sometimes. Then we do a little bit of breath work. Then we've got Shavasana. So you'll place your left hand down, just by your hip. Inhale your right arm to the left. Exhale your left arm to the right. So that's your movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next time you inhale to the left, keep breathing, but pause there. So you think about breathing from here, your hip point, right up to your fingertips. So you've got this nice straight line. So this is all the area you want to breathe into. You might want to bend your elbow. You can always clasp your hand onto your ear and kind of open the chest a little bit more. So there's lots of variations, but this is not about how deep you can go. Take one more deep inhale and then a full exhale, come back to center and swap it out. And it might feel different from side to side. Keep your sit bones nice and grounded. So you don't want to do this, where everything starts lifting up. So really press that left sit bone down into the floor. Left arm's over to the right. You breathe in all that space down the left-hand side. Maybe clasp the ear, whatever feels good. Lots of variations. Elbow might be bent. Breathe that space into the body. And then we'll move side to side again. So inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Your rhythm, your speed. Make sure you're breathing. Couple more times either side. Top arm comes down. And then another full exhale. Beautiful. Nice. So this you can do in the chair, or you can do sat on some cushions, or you can do it up against the wall. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing just to balance all the energy that we've created today, which has been subtle, has been quite relaxed. And this is a really nice way to balance the left and the right side of the brain. So left side, parasympathetic nervous system. This is resting, digesting. Right side is sympathetic. So we think about that as more about activation, fight, flight, all of that stuff. So we want to kind of balance it out. We want to probably spend, a lot of us anyway, we can talk about yin and yang in yoga, and yang is kind of energy, right side of the brain, and yin is calming, left side of the brain. So this is a nice way to balance it out. So the left hand will just be on the knee. You bring your right hand up. You use your thumb. I've got paint on my hand. You use the thumb to block off your right nostril. You use your little finger or your ring finger to block off your left nostril. And then you might tuck the other fingers in. I use my little finger and then I tuck my other fingers in. So I've just got that mudra there. So thumb and little finger. All right, we can do this together. Either close your eyes or just draw your gaze nice and soft. And then block off your right nostril. Take a deep inhale through your left. Block off your left, full exhale through your right. So you're blocking it off with your little finger or ring finger. Inhale through your right. Close off right with the thumb, full exhale left. Inhale left. Close off left with a little finger or ring finger, full exhale right. You're into a rhythm now. Inhale right. Close off right, full exhale left. Inhale left. Close off left, full exhale right. Inhale right. Close off right, full exhale left. Last round, inhale left. Close off left, full exhale right. Inhale right. Final time, close off right, full exhale for your left. You can bring your right hand down to meet your left. Give your fingers a little wriggle, maybe some little movements in the body, final movements, and then just come to lie down on your mat. So I encourage you to find a nice, comfortable shape in Shavasana. Maybe grab a blanket. I'm going to grab a blanket here. Nice. Whoa. I do have a blanket somewhere. Beautiful. Get super, super comfortable. Maybe you put on some socks. Maybe a little hat. Who knows? It's cold out there today, isn't it? It's cold out there. I know that a lot of us are trying to save money on our heating, so put on plenty of clothes. Get super comfortable. And we'll spend just a couple of minutes here. Bring your palms up. Maybe have a little wriggle through your shoulders. And then just let all the amazing work you've done today just integrate within your body. And then when you're ready, just very gently, slowly in your own way, in your own time, just begin to bring a little bit of movement into your body. Maybe start with your fingers and your toes and just wriggle them out. Maybe take a nice big stretch and a yawn, and maybe clasp the hands and push the arms away. Breathe in super, super deep. And hug your knees into your chest if that feels good. One final time. And then eventually we'll just come to a seated position, maybe keeping your blanket over your knees, whatever feels good. Nice. Yes, Jean, a cup of tea is always good, isn't it, after a bit of yoga? Or I would say a cup of tea is good any time of the day. Let's rub our hands together at heart center, create some heat in between your palms. See if you can close your eyes, and then just place your palms over your closed eyes, and then open your eyes, see if you can feel the heat. Rotate your eyes a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. And then just soften your hands down towards your heart center. And we'll just say this today. You might repeat it after me, or you may just listen in. I'll say this: universe, put us in the places you want us to be, with the people you want us to be with, doing the things that you want us to do. Thank you for the joys and the challenges of our lives. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. It was really nice practicing today. Hopefully it wasn't too chilled out for you. Sometimes nourishing, nurturing practice is just what we need. Sometimes we need that heat and we want to move the body a little bit. So next week we'll do more stuff standing. We'll do some balances. We'll do some sun salutations, and it will be a little bit more energetic. But we like to mix it up. As I say, there's so many different teachings in yoga, and physically there's loads and loads of postures. So sometimes it's nice to kind of be energetic, sometimes nice to be chilled out. So take it with you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Margaret. It's really lovely to have you guys along. I'm going to have a cup of tea as well, maybe a coffee. All right, everyone. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers.